pictures are on Yelp. Pull up all these pictures and you're like, oh, that's the dessert you're eating? All right, Michelle. That's the candle? Okay, that's the same candle. I know where that. 45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes to an hour. Wait, can you run that long? No offense.
That's how I got married, dog. You know, my first date, bro.
Was that what you did?
Yeah, my first date with her.
I think a guy's more comfortable being alone than a girl, but I mean, that's a whole nother
think so?
I think.
First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for listening. Welcome to the Men Don't Know podcast. I'm the man of many friends, your host and creator, Chris Boone. And here on the podcast, we talk with a bunch of women and we ask a bunch of women questions over wine and cocktails. Whether you listen to it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Pandora, YouTube, Audio Boy, you downloaded that Men Don't Know podcast app. I can't thank y'all enough. Merch store is open as always, but hit me up on Instagram at Men Don't Know, Twitter at Men Don't Know 1. Shoot me an email, Chris@mendontknow.com, or hop on the mendontknow.com website and shoot me a message. Coy, my guy.
Yes.
How are we living?
What's up, man?
Not much, man. Question of the day, and it kind of stems from B, and basically always, in essence, telling a guy he should get his bag right before he gets the girl.
Yep.
And, I want to call a bunch of women and find that out. But I guess let's this is random, but let's call B first and go back into it real quick and just kind of get a little bit more clarification with him about this. And just before we get to the girls, see if he'll pick up. I know he's by his fucking phone. At least I thought he was.
Hello?
Hey.
All right.
Not much. I didn't want to call you, but I kind of wanted to call you, and I figured I had a couple minutes before I called a bunch of women. And I said, you know what? Let me call B. And I'm here with Coy. Coy said, what's up, B?
B, what's up, man?
What up?
And the idea of this question is...
Hey.
Oh, my gosh. The question idea of this topic is, should a man wait till he get his bag till he gets the girl? And you have been...
Wait, hold on. Say that again. Hold on. Say that again. You broke up.
Sorry.
I can hear you.
Should a man get his bag before he gets the girl?
You still... I keep hearing you. Should a man get his bag? That's it.
Oh, his bag.
Okay. Should a man get his bag what?
Before he gets the girl.
100%.
Now, mind you, we had a conversation, though. And... Okay. You told me, depending on the situation, you would get the girl.
Well, like I said, if a man is working on his bag, work on his bag. But if a woman shows up, I think it's the right thing to do is to let the woman know, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm working on myself, and this is where I'm headed towards. I mean, I wouldn't mind you. What is that? Is that a
companionship on the road?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind. My thing is, if you're working on yourself and a woman comes into your place, into your life at that moment, unexpected, you would want to clarify with her, let her know, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm working on.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it feel like that I'm trying to, I don't want to get into a relationship knowing that I'm not ready for it. However, I'm all about the companionship. And, if you're willing to work with me and then, be there with me, I'm good for it because I think that can work out too. That it all depends on the woman. I think that comes down to the woman at that point to make that decision for herself. Because for me, I know what I'm doing. I know my goal is, right? Mm-hmm. I know, I can't, I'm going to be straight up with us. Look, I can't afford you right now. I'm being straight up, right? So whatever your expectations of whenever it comes to monetarily wise is not going to happen because I'm not there.
Yeah.
But this is my goals. But sometimes another thing is women love ambitious guys, right? Women love when a man has a plan, right?
Yep.
So some women love to be there with the man when a man has a plan, right? Mm-hmm. Because if the plan is something that she can see herself in, then she's going to be down for it, right? Yeah. But if there's other women that's want to be taken care of right off the bat, right? They want to be, protected, they want to be provided for, and etc. So it all depends on the woman and how she approaches the situation. To me, I would be like that. I would be like, hey, look, this is where I'm going. This is where I'm headed towards. But I mean, I just can't give you. I can give you time, but I just can't give you like, are we going to go on vacations and all that kind of stuff? Like, I can't do that right now. Like, I'm not there yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we can get there step by step, little by little, as I'm growing.
Yeah.
If you're willing to be there with me and hold my hand with me, then I'm good with it. I'm cool for it. But other than that, like, I can't, like, I'm not going to just stop doing what I'm doing and just put my full focus on you, because then it defeats the purpose of what I'm working on.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I do agree with you in certain aspects and certain standpoints. Yeah, 100%. I guess too, I often wonder, is it the woman? You always see with every great man, there was a great woman behind him in most
100%.
cases, So you often think, damn, is it the woman that I'm missing before I get to the level that I'm supposed to get, or do I get to that level and get the woman? That's always, I guess, that's always a question, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you look at the teenager days, right? Like, you look at the high school love, right?
Yep.
And some of them work, some of them don't, right?
Yeah,
and
100%.
high school, some of them really work because they love each other and they support each other, and that support to one another is going to carry you a long way, 100%. And I believe in that, because love conquers all in many ways. Right?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because if you think about, love is the highest energy there is, because love creates humans. Okay, think about that. Like, right? If you have
hey, what happened to me? Who is this man? Who is this man I'm talking to right now?
No, it's the truth, though.
This man went on the walk of 7 journeys the way he's talking now. Shit, me. You know what? We might have to have some coffee and talk. My God, this guy.
No, because love is the highest energy there is. If you think about it, because
I'm not disagreeing with you 100%. It's just weird hearing you, the mind frame and elevation of the new you is fantastic and great. I have to get acclimated to the new energy that I have around me that is you. So I do apologize.
That's okay. No, I just been thinking a lot, and because I look at, like, if you look at all the good families, right? Like two parents that are really in love, they they build great a family unit, right? So if you have that love, that creates kids, right? That you end up making babies and etc. So that energy is the highest level of energy that you can ever think of.
Yep.
So to me, like, so going from the high school situation, yes. So if you have that love, yes, that can go all the way through. And sometimes, the woman can get upset in the sense of, like, you're not providing what was expected of you, right? So, like, that's what happens why those young love ends up not happening, is because one intends to be like, oh, you're not getting there, you're not there, like, you're not making it happen like you said you were. So that happens a lot. So those are that. And then, but then at the flip side of it, if you don't do that, you work on your back, and then after 30 plus, and you got your money, now a woman comes into your play, you can provide everything for this woman.
Right. And
this is why, like, you see more older men and younger women now, because the younger women that are smart, they're understanding that, they can, if you are the one that want to be provided for, then they can go with the older man, right? Like, if they're in the 35s, 40s, and then you're 22, 23 years old, it can work out, because now he's a top leader. Like, he's a leader, like a provider, a leader, directing your life. Look, I got you, don't worry about it. So that the women fall in love with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see more and more of that now. So I think, yeah, like I said, it all depends. It all depends on how the love energy is between two people, if they get into a relationship early on. Other than that, I still believe that the man should work on his bag. Because I feel like right now, honestly, I commented on a video today, and I was like, I watched this video, and the video was talking about how guys should be working on their bag, and I feel like I am back at 18, but I'm at 43. If that makes sense. Like I'm working.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
100%. Ain't no wrong with that.
Yeah. So, but the beauty of now is that I know exactly what I need to do.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Because
Absolutely.
I know where I fucked up at. So I just know not to get back into that, get caught up back into that bad situation again and, losing what I worked my ass off for.
Yep.
So I'm not going to get there again. So now I'm focused on myself, making money, and then the right woman will come to me to gravitate towards me.
All right, man. I appreciate you, my guy. Now I feel like I got to talk to you now even more now. All right, man. I appreciate you, my boy. All right.
Thank you, bro.
Like, damn, my boy is in his energy bag. Okay, that's a different bag to get in, Coy.
Love conquers all.
That energy bag is.
Hey.
Hey, what up?
Nothing.
I'm here with Coy. Coy, say what's up to Nina.
Nina, what's going on?
Hey, Coy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. So.
No, she's busy. You can start whenever you want.
All right, Nina.
She has somewhere she has to be.
Question of the day, and I ain't even gonna lie to you, Nina. B just literally got in his bag. He was talking about energy and life, and I was like,
start talking about chakras.
Me and Coy trying to figure out who was he. I thought I was gonna have to ask him a hidden question that only the real B would know. Make sure this wasn't a hostage situation. Question of the day, and I guess we now want to ask women this. Do you think a man should wait to get into a relationship and get his bag, meaning get successful, get, highly successful before entering into a relationship? Or do you think a man should get into a relationship while on the way to get his success?
I think it depends on the person.
Do you think it depends on the man or the woman?
I think it depends on both.
Okay. Please elaborate.
Because I feel like, time waits for no one.
Yeah,
so if you're sitting there just, waiting and waiting, you just don't know when you'll reach your definition and your level of success.
Absolutely,
so if you're just waiting, who knows how old you'll be. But I do feel like why wait? As long as you are goal-driven, goal-oriented, and you have those conversations with whomever you're with, and then you're on board. Yeah, that's good enough, because there's always hurdles. There's always going to be hiccups. Like getting to where you want to be is not easy.
Right? No, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I guess it's hard nowadays because guys always wonder, like, man, if I had the bag, I could pull anything. But it's like, are they with you for your money, or are they with you for you?
Like, if you're worried about the bag, then just focus on the bag. If that's what you're worried about. Okay. Like, if I had a bag, I could get anything. Yeah. Well, if you want anything, then that's on you.
That's facts. That's facts. How would a guy? I guess now it's like, how would a guy know that she's there for life versus she's there because she sees a meal ticket?
Oh, I mean, any person will know if they're actively paying attention. Like, you don't need to talk, you need to show action. So when someone wants to be with you, they're there through thick and thin. If they're only seeing the potential, then you'll start to hear like, oh, when do you think this is going to be possible? Oh, how come you didn't do this? There'll be a lot of complaining versus like, okay, like, here we are, we're in this together. We're going to be going through hurdles, hoops, all kinds of transitions. Like, you can feel it. You really can. And it's just unfortunate that people will stay knowing that the person's not good for them. So stay knowing that they're not.
Man. Yeah. You know what? And that, in a sense, that happens more time than none. I feel like
way more times.
I feel like everybody stays.
Everyone stays. They have, they might have children, and then they're upset, and then they're like, oh, well, I have children, so, I shouldn't leave or whatnot. Like, I will tell them this. Our parents are divorced. We're just fine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what anyone says. We're just fine. And I don't care how old you are. It comes to a point of time, you cannot blame your upbringing. Nope. There are people who went from complete homelessness to richness, and they're not sitting there complaining.
Yep.
So there's just no excuse. And people might disagree with me, but there's no excuse. There's no excuse. It's all about how bad do you want it? Because if you want it bad enough, you'll go and you get it. And then with you going to get it, everything is on the internet, and a lot of it is free information.
Facts. It's free and on the internet. 100%. 100%. I like that a lot. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, Nina. I think that's I think that's a part of every man's wonder. Like, do I get the bag, or do I go for the girl first? Or do I entertain the girl while I'm getting to the bag? But I need to focus on the bag because, I know it'll make life a lot more easier if I stay focused to this. Even though I'm in love with her, do you think she'll wait? I don't know if she'll wait. Is this even a good idea? Like, that's what men think. That's how men think.
Okay, well, while you're thinking, you should be moving and grooving. But I've heard and seen and lived the realest thing. You can have it all, but it comes with a price.
Oof.
Period.
Everything has a price.
Everything has a price.
Everything has fucking, trust me. Everything has a price.
Everything has a price and a sacrifice. So you have to choose what you're willing, how bad you want it.
Yeah. No, that's 100% true.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. We'll let you go. We appreciate you.
All right.
All right.
Talk to you guys soon. Okay. Bye.
Corey, let me ask you this. You want the bag, or you want the girl first?
The bag first. I'm all for on B side on it.
Okay.
And he's mentioned this a long time ago too.
Yeah, 100%.
If you just focus on yourself and doing your own thing, nothing else should matter. So when something comes in, it just adds to it. If you get the girl first, it'd be nice if she's there for your cause and stuff.
But how many times out of 100 is that?
See, that's
and realistic.
That's the thing. It doesn't matter how many times out of 100. If you just do your own thing, then the rest of nothing else matters.
Yeah, because if she's coming to add and not subtract.
Correct. Because at that point, you have the choice to, is this person coming in my life
to help me
or distract
hinder
me? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fuck.
Help or hinder, correct.
Facts. All right, let's try this.
Hello.
At this point, my best friend has a life without me, so.
How's it going?
Jules, how are you doing today?
Yes, I am doing good. How are you?
I mean, I'm doing great. I mean, don't know, haven't seen you in 7 summers, but me and Coy hope all is well. We hope everything is moving accordingly. I mean, we forgot what you look like, but we see you pop up from time to time on social media. But I mean, here we are. We're just so thankful and gracious for you to pick up our phone call. We know the busy and the celebrity life of Miss Popular, so we thank you for fitting us in your very important yet busy schedule. So we won't take up too much of your time. But Coy, say what's up to Jules.
After all that, what's up, Jules?
I mean, that's a tough act to follow right there, Coy. I hope you better bring it right now.
About to get this shitty chart back. No, all right, Jules. Question of the day. And actually, this is a really good question to ask you, and that's why I'm glad you picked up. Let me ask you this. Do you think a man should focus on his money before he gets the girl, or do you think he can get the girl while pursuing his success?
I mean, I think that, I don't know. I mean, I think there's really no right or wrong way to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, you know, the whole like fortune cookie saying, right, is like, you know, love shows up when you least expect it. And I think that, you know, when you put all that pressure of like, you know, you're out in these streets and you're on the prowl and you're looking for it, and then you just kind of like almost get to like despy. You know, that's usually when shit goes south, right?
Right.
Now, I think along that same thing is that everyone should always be staying in their bag and working on themselves, whether you are in a relationship or not.
Facts. Okay.
So,
Okay. She's cooking.
With that being said, I mean, you know, if somebody happens to pop into your life, maybe before you feel that you are where you want to be, but they're going to fall in love with you for where you're at. I mean, I think that's pretty awesome. And I don't know, I think you can't really get anything better than an organic.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Somebody organic, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not falling in love with you because you drive a dope whip. They're not falling in love with you because you bankroll when you guys go out, or you live in a sick pad, or you whatever. You know, it's like that's. I mean, they're falling in love with you because it's like, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what it is. Take it or fucking leave it. You want to come on this journey with me? Hop in. If not, then hey, whatever. You know, like this is what I'm doing. And you know, it's the kind of the same thing as how people go like, oh, you know, you need to work on yourself and fix yourself, and don't jump into another relationship after you're going through a breakup. And it's like, says fucking who? Says who?
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
says fucking who? Yeah.
Says fucking who? What if I'm over here crying and you know, so heartbroken, and Mr. Right happens to pull up a chair next to me, and I'm just gonna go, no, I can't, because it's not the right time.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're going to fall in love with the messy version of me, and then they're just going to love me even more once I get myself back together again.
Everything fall apart to fall together.
You know what I mean? It's the same as when, you know, you're trying to get where you want to be in life. You know, it's like, hey, guess what? If you meet somebody, maybe it's not organic, and maybe they fall in love with you for the wrong reasons. Well, guess what? Anything can change in a second. And you could lose all that money. Everything. You could lose a finger. You could lose whatever. And it's like, is that person going to continue to ride for you? Or are they going to go, ooh, you know, I'm not getting bags for my birthday anymore. I'm getting home-cooked dinners and cards. Am I cool with that? That's, you know, I mean, I don't know. I think that when you have somebody that falls in love with you for who you are, it doesn't really matter if you're where you want to be yet. And it's only going to help you get where you want to go faster and keep you on the right path, because the right people in your life, I think, continue to guide you to the right places that you're supposed to be. So,
okay. My bad. My bad.
That's my thought. But, you know, I mean, we all just need to stay in our bags, stay in our lane, drink our water, mind our business.
Saying all the right thing. All right, Jess, I know you're headed out to another stop, but I appreciate you picking up. I'll hit you later. Enjoy.
Yes, please do. I miss you guys so much, and have a wonderful night.
All right, you too. Take it easy.
All right, later.
Man, I mean, a lot was said, and it's funny because you get two sides of the coin. My sister and Jules said, when it happens when it least expected, you should pay attention, because maybe that's that person that is going to take you to that next level. Yeah. And it's like, oh my God, all I was missing was her.
She's a missing piece.
Yeah.
Maybe brought peace to you. Maybe
missing piece that brought
maybe
peace,
the extra piece of motivation for you to get to the finish line.
that puzzle. Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah. Huh. That's good. All right, let's get up out of here. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for listening, whether you listen to it on Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Pandora, YouTube, Audio Boy. You downloaded that Mendo No podcast app. Cannot thank y'all enough. Merch store is open as always, but hit me up on Instagram at MendoNo, Twitter at MendoNo1. Shoot me an email, Chris@MendoNo.com, or hop on the MendoNo.com website and shoot me a message. Call my guy. We are out.
How many pictures are on Yelp? Pull up all these pictures and be like, oh, that's the dessert you're eating? All right, Michelle. That's the candle? Okay, that's the same candle. I know where that.
45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes to an hour. Wait, can you run that long? No offense.
That's how I got married, dog. You know, my first date, bro.
Was that what you did?
Yeah, my first date with her.
And look at
I think a guy's more comfortable being alone than a girl, but I mean, that's a whole
you
nother
think so?
subject.